I suffer from a type of obsessive compulsive disorder. It's called OCD. It's a mental health problem. I overthink and struggle to let go of difficulties in my life. This makes me anxious and confused. This anxiety causes my heart to pound and makes it impossible to focus. I remember being very stressed around 14 years old. My symptoms were becoming complicated. I was showing elements of psychosis. I would see and hear things. I would always see evil eyes and featureless figures. I often couldn't get to sleep because of my thoughts swirling around my head. I began to being violent. I screamed at people all the time. Things were so bad that my psychiatrist decided that, for my own safety, I had to be admitted to hospital under Section 2 of the Child Act. I had to be taken to hospital and held there. Southgate Priory was the first hospital I was in. It specialises in treating adults rather than teenagers like me, with depression, addiction and psychosis. I was there for 4 months, but it didn't help. Eventually I was allowed home while my psychiatrist arranged for me to be admitted to Northgate Clinic, a specialist unit for young people suffering from severe complex mental health problems. When I was first admitted to Northgate, all I wanted was medication to control my swirling, uncontrollable thoughts in my head. But when I started my therapy work, I learned that talking about your problems is more beneficial than taking drugs. I slowly developed a trust with my therapist, nurse and other young people I met. It was in Northgate that I could feel myself began to get better. The therapy helped me get things clearer in my head and gave me more control. However, after a few months I had another breakdown, as it's common with mental health conditions. I acted out and I was violent. I got discharged. My mum did not want me at home because I was too aggressive, so I was referred to another hospital called New Beginnings, which is a crisis recovery unit. So far, I've spent 11 months of my life in hospital. For a long time, everything looked very dark for me. In order to feel better, I've done things like art therapy, which is a great way to express how you feel, using pens and paper and clay, anything especially if you find talking difficult. Since I've been ill, my mum has changed a lot. She used to get very angry a lot, but now she is much more patient with me and more understanding. She has a saying that out of bad comes good, and I believe that. Going through what I have has helped me see who really cares about me. Despite being 17, I am only starting to feel like a teenager. I've learnt to be more confident and use my thoughts for more positive outcomes others can benefit from.